What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Chris here, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at a piece of furniture that's become the heart of my backyard setup. This Kozyard outdoor aluminum patio dining table and chair set. Now if you've been following my channel, you know that I'm big on finding that balance between style, durability, and everyday usability. Whether it's smart home tech, furniture, or even outdoor living essentials. And Kozyard has quietly been one of those underrated brands that delivers more value than you'd expect for the price. So in this video, I'll walk you through what I loved, what could be better, and my real-world experience after weeks of using this furniture set. All the way from setup to hosting backyard dinners with friends and family. So stay tuned. Okay, so as you can see, everything has already been assembled and I just got done moving everything out here on my patio. But when you're unboxing it, everything comes packaged really well and everything is foam wrapped, including all the parts. The screws are all labeled and you also get a clear instruction manual. Now Kozyard does a nice job with presentation. You can tell they thought about shipping safety and the user's experience when it comes to unboxing. Now for my setup, I went with the Kozyard Coleman aluminum dining table and the Villa dining chairs. Now they are of course a set, but you do have to buy them separately. And as you can see, I got both sets in a white and gray combination. It's sleek, it's coastal, and it really elevates my outdoor vibe. Now, while unboxing everything, and even after I assembled everything, here's something that I appreciated. The tabletop and all the finishings aren't real wood, but they rather are a wood-looking laminate over a powder-coated aluminum frame. That means that you get the aesthetic of wood without worrying about rot, cracks, or constant resealing. This is a huge win for anyone who doesn't want maintenance headaches. Now on first impressions, the finish feels super premium and that powder coated aluminum frame is super clean. It's also lightweight and it's surprisingly solid once it's assembled. And then when it comes to assembly, everything was straightforward. It took me about an hour and a half total to build this whole full set by myself. All the parts were clearly labeled and most of the holes aligned perfectly. Now, to be completely honest, I did run into one small issue where a chair back screw took a little bit of extra finesse to line up, but that's fairly common with aluminum frames. But if you take your time, everything should assemble perfectly. Now, what's also nice is that Kozyard even includes the tools you need to assemble everything. Though I'd still recommend grabbing a ratchet or even a power tool if you have one, because it just makes everything so much easier. And then once assembled, everything tightened up nicely. There was no wobbles or even any uneven legs, which is always nice. In fact, in all honesty, this set feels like something that you'd pay twice the price for at a big box store, just without the name brand markup. Now, overall, when looking at Kozyard's catalog of products, the design of this dining set is what really drew me in. Kozyard has a knack for blending modern minimalism with real-world function. This Coleman table looks fantastic. Straight, clean lines, wood grain texture on top, and a subtle matte sheen that doesn't glare in sunlight. It's just understated and, as you can see, elegant. Now, when it comes to the matching Villa chairs, they've got this classic resort-style shape. A slightly reclined back, padded text-lined seats, and a breathable mesh that feels great even on warm days. And it can get pretty hot out here. You can tell that Kozyard designed this for comfort and aesthetics. Whether you're sipping morning coffee or you're having a family dinner, it just fits perfectly in any scenario. And because these chairs are lightweight aluminum, you can easily move them around, or you can even stack them if you're short on space. Now, another thing that's worth mentioning, one of the biggest pros with Kozyard is the build quality for the price. The aluminum frame of this furniture is not only rust resistant, but it's also powder coated and E-coated for extra protection against moisture and corrosion. So it can withstand pretty much any type of weather. Now that's important because outdoor furniture takes a beating. Sun, rain, humidity, and even salty air if you live near the coast. Now, after a week of use and after a couple of rainstorms, because it is now rainy season here in Texas, this table still looks brand new. There's no discoloration, there's no peeling, and definitely no rust spots anywhere to be found. In fact, even these chairs hold up amazingly well. But here is a heads up. If you go with the padded seat versions, make sure you're storing them or tilting them after rain. A few users, and I also noticed this too, said that water can collect in the cushions if they are left out during heavy weather storms. But I didn't buy those cushions, so I don't have to worry about that because these little meshes drain very well. Now that, of course, is not a deal breaker, and of course you don't have to order the version with the cushions, but just one of those small outdoor living realities. Now, if you've got the space, I'd say grab a furniture cover or stash them in a storage bin when they're not in use. But again, if you decide to go with the mesh version, that's not something you'll have to worry about. Now, the version that I got, the Textiline mesh dries very fast and the aluminum frame never rusts. So maintenance is basically a quick wipe down and you're pretty much good to go. Or you can just let them sun dry because they dry very quickly. Now, when it comes to comfort, these chairs actually surprise me. The angled backrest and padded seats really do make it easy to sit for long dinners or even work from patio sessions. And I gotta say, these chairs are super comfortable and we just sit around in our backyard a lot more nowadays, even when it's hot outside. In addition to that, the table height is also perfect. So there's no awkward knee collisions, especially for those of you that are very tall. And the surface space is enough for 6 people comfortably. In addition to that, I mentioned this briefly before, I also love how stable the table feels. Even though the frame is lightweight, it doesn't flex or wobble when you lean on it. In fact, I can even stand on the table and it's strong enough to hold me up. Now, when it comes to style, this set just works, and I love how it looks on my patio and even under my gazebo. Whether your patio is modern, farmhouse, or minimalist, Kozyard's color palette fits right in no matter the scenario. It's the kind of furniture that doesn't try too hard. It just makes your outdoor area feel finished and inviting. Now, currently we are temporarily placing this table set here until the rest of our patio extension is complete, but we do have a permanent place that we're going to place this that will fit it perfectly. So stay tuned for that video once we start rearranging all this furniture and building out the rest of our backyard. Okay, so let's break this down real quick with the pros and the cons from my experience and what other users have said that they left feedback on. The pros, it's got a durable aluminum frame, which is rust resistant, weatherproof, and of course, the whole set is low maintenance. It's also very stylish and modern, and it looks far more premium than its actual price tag, which is always a nice thing. It's also lightweight, but it's very sturdy. It's easy to move around without feeling flimsy or without even the parts breaking apart. Now, when it comes to seating, it is especially very comfortable. Even if you don't have the padded seats, it's still very comfortable and cushiony. And then it's also easy to assemble. You get clear instructions and all the parts are completely labeled. And then finally, it's great value, especially compared to big name outdoor brands that you would get from big box stores. And then I think this one is even more expensive if you bought it at a big box store. So you'll definitely want to purchase it from Kozyard directly. Now, let's also talk about some of the cons. And this is either from my perspective or also things that I've heard. First, of course, is the water retention in cushions, assuming you do buy the cushion version, which is again not ideal if it's left uncovered in the rain. Second, and this is only something that I experienced I think on one chair, which is minor assembly alignment issues, although it is very rare and you just have to kind of wiggle a little bit and then it'll all fit in place. Third is that the chairs are somewhat lightweight and I fear that they may get blown around with heavy winds. But so far, they've withstood all those heavy winds in some of our thunderstorms that we've had recently. So not a big issue and something that I haven't experienced, but something that I'm thinking about. And overall, all of that is just really small trade-offs compared to what you actually get for the price and the quality of this furniture set. So after about a month of owning this Kozyard outdoor aluminum patio dining set, here is my honest takeaway. This set hits that perfect sweet spot between modern design, real-world durability, and of course a reasonable price. It's stylish enough for entertaining guests, and it's tough enough for everyday outdoor use. It's one of those purchases where you feel like you've upgraded your space without spending a fortune or even dealing with maintenance headaches on a regular basis. If you're building out your backyard patio or deck setup and you want something that'll hold up year after year, Kozyard is absolutely worth considering. And I definitely recommend this furniture set. Now, if you're like me, there is something incredibly satisfying about enjoying your morning coffee or even a weekend barbecue at a setup you actually assembled yourself, especially one that looks amazingly perfect and nice for your backyard. Anyways, if you want this dining set for yourself, I'll leave a link to both the chairs and the table set in the description section below. I do want to thank you for watching, and if you found this review helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more honest reviews and outdoor setup ideas, and let me know in the comments section below what's your go-to outdoor brand when it comes to furniture. I definitely consider Kozyard. Anyways, again, I'll drop the links to both the Kozyard Coolman table and these Villa chairs down below in the description section if you want to check them out. Until next time, enjoy your space, and I'll see you in the next one.